Hey, Tennis 1301. Thanks for joining me for another video podcast. Um, Today we're going to be talking about something we haven't talked about so far, and that is the serve. Now, I've titled this particular podcast, Leave Your Frying Pan at Home When You Go Play Tennis. So, what does that mean? It's kind of strange. Not many people talk about frying pans and tennis and cooking and all of those things. But what I mean is your grip. What I've noticed is that a lot of players, especially older players, they they tend to have a certain tennis grip that they use for their serve that I call a frying pan grip. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a frying pan. So when we grab a frying pan, we tend to grab it straight on the back to where we're holding it just like this. Well, imagine that you're serving now. So now you're looking at it and you're serving just like this. So this is your frying pan grip. So whenever we look at a tennis racket, it's the same way. Tennis racket, we're lying on the ground, they pick it up, kind of like a forehand grip, and then have it facing straight out. And so then they're trying to hit a serve this way. Now, the problem is that when you serve with this particular grip, you don't have a lot of control. You're not able to impart a whole lot of spin, or you're not able to really direct the ball. Pretty much you're going forward because that racket is positioned in such a way that you can really only go one direction. You're pretty much punching the ball forward. So how do we fix it? That's a difficult question. I recently played with a young player. He was a good player, decent player off the ground. He played D3 high school tennis, and when we were talking, he told me that he didn't really like serving. Serving was his least favorite part of the game, and that really got me wondering why. Most players, they enjoy serving. When you're serving, you're on offense. So why didn't this particular player love to serve? Well, we got out to the court, we started playing, and the first thing I noticed when we were playing points is that his service grip was a frying pan grip. Now, immediately I understood why he disliked serving so much. It is difficult to do a whole lot with a frying pan grip. You're not when you're hitting the ball like this, when you're hitting it with this grip, you're not able to come around and hit side spin to get it to drop into the service box. You're not able to really hit a great flat serve because again, you're pretty much pushing. You're leading with your hand and your elbow and you're pushing the ball over. So so what is the right grip? What grip should we be using when we're serving? How do we get away from this frying pan grip? This is a problem that I would say a lot of older players have, and a lot of players struggle trying to figure out how to overcome it. Changing a serve is not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things to do because your service motion, everything in your serve really pivots on your grip and the angle at which that racket face is contacting the ball. So the first thing to do is to try and so if you're grabbing the racket from the top straight down for your almost your it would be my forehand grip. If you're using my forehand grip, try and rotate it slightly to where instead of it being straight on, rotate it slightly. Close that face a little bit. So open face, as we know, that's open, and then closing it, so that's a closed face. So close it a little bit. So start there. Start rotating that racket the opposite direction. Just that little movement. Now, my service grip is really about like this. So it's really a closed face. And that enables me to come over the ball and really put topspin on it or go flat depending on what I'm trying to do. Now, if you can't get all the way there starting out, try to rotate your grip. your grip some back. So if we start here at the frying pan grip, rotate your grip back a little bit. Just close that face a little bit. That's going to start that process of retraining your body to hit the serve correctly, to retrain your brain, your movement, and everything to fit this new grip style. Now, as you're playing more, start rotating that grip and getting it to the point where it needs to be, which is a continental grip. This would be your continental grip, or kind of like your volley grip, something around here. Now, a second serve, a spin serve, you may rotate it the opposite direction to where it's a little more open because you want to really get around the ball, and that's fine. But when you're hitting the opposite, whenever you have that face completely open to the court, you're pretty much pushing it. So we need to get away from pushing the ball into the box. If you start rotating that grip and really trying to get more towards an intercontinental grip, or maybe even a little past the intercontinental grip, you're going to find that, one, you can impart a lot more spin on your ball, side spin. If you can impart the side spin, you get a higher level of margin for error there. So you're able to get it a little bit higher above the net to where it can come down. Two, you're able to move that ball around. So now, since you're closer to that continental grip, you can put it down the middle, you can put it out to the side. You can do a lot of things with it that you're not able to do with a frying pan grip. And the third thing is consistency. So a frying pan grip, you can be consistent. You can be very, very consistent. But the one thing you can't be is you can't have a great, powerful serve that's moving them around and have a frying pan serve. It's virtually impossible. I'm certain that some of you out there will say, no, I have a great serve and I use a frying pan grip. Fine. Definitely, if you're happy with your serve, don't change it. I will not beg you to change your serve. But I will say that for the most part, frying pan grips are a bad idea for serving. Try and start rotating that grip the opposite way, getting more towards a continental grip, so you can hit that flat ball, you can hit the spin, the kick, you can hit all those serves with that one grip. It's a really versatile grip. So the takeaway here is, if you're struggling with your serve, especially the grip on your serve, start looking at it, figuring out, do I have a frying pan grip? Do I need to reevaluate the way I'm hitting my serve? Do I need to reevaluate the grip? And that's really what we're talking about here, how you're holding the racket. Because that's a really big part of it, and I think that's a part that gets overlooked so often. I see people focusing on, okay, trophy stance, okay, extend your arm, all these things, but they forego the grip, and the grip is so important. So start with the grip. Once we have the grip, we can start building on it and fixing all those other things and getting your serve where it should be. All right, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. Please leave comments or suggestions below. Thanks.